Ah, you know what? I thought, let me just do one of these again. It was quite therapeutic the last time. Obviously, losing is never a good thing, obviously. But to do one of these again after a game is just nice, just to kind of connect with fellow Newcastle fans that are going through the same BS that obviously we're all going through. So obviously, I haven't seen by now, we have lost once again. This time to Aston Villa. Aston Villa, I would have said this game was a 6-pointer, mainly because they're in and around us. But yeah, we've lost again to a team that's in and around us. I've not watched the game, similar to you, Liam, as well. I don't watch the game. I don't regret that decision. I'm the same, mate. I didn't watch the game either. I've just seen the goals. First one looked sloppy from Shelby. Didn't even cut out the cross, and then Cher tries to kick it out, and then Ollie Watkins gets onto it. Second one, basically 1-2, and then Traore darting through and hit the crossbar and in, and that's it. Pretty much it. So for me, I've had enough. I'm not wasting my time and efforts watching this abysmal team. I don't care who you're getting in coaching staff wise, Graham Jones or whatever. Look, just get Bruce gone. Like you said, Andrew, evening to you as well, mate. Bruce out. Yeah, it's quite simple. He's got to go. He's got to go. Like, there's no way of saving this guy's career at Newcastle United. Mike Ashley, you're a businessman. Do proper business. Get rid of him. Get in Rafa. It's just been reported today, fresh today before the game, that he's left Dalian Yifang, is that how you pronounce it, in China. He's going to be looking for roles because, again, he's not out of the game just yet. Go and get my man, bring him back, and just admit that he was wrong. He was wrong to not renew Rafa Benitez's contract. He was wrong to get Steve Bruce in. He was wrong to give Steve Bruce money when he didn't give pretty much Rafa Benitez a pot to piss in. And again, you're wrong to still keep him here. We could have had Rafa probably at the start of January and had more of a chance. You're going to do the same mistakes. This is what's crazy as well. People are meant to learn from the mistakes, not just in football, but in life. Now, if you're not learning, Mike Ashley, and you're going to end up getting us relegated for the third time, you say you want to get rid of this club. Well, it's going to be hard to get rid of this club in the Championship. So go and do the right thing. It's the 23rd of January. Let my man get an Uber home back to wherever he is, Geordieland, wherever he lives up north, and then let him go about his business, pay his little severance, because, again, he's the lowest paid manager in the league for a reason, and then go and call up Rafa. He's probably got the same number still and say, Rafa, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. I should never have got rid of you. You're the saviour of this club, and I want you to come back and rectify the situation. That's what I would be suggesting to him. Sorry, I just had to get that bit out. Thomas, evening mate to you as well. I don't know if you've seen the game, but I didn't, so I can't really tell you much more apart from the goals that I've seen. I have only 2 words: absolutely shambolic. Mate, this is us. As I said, like, we haven't scored in, is it 8 games? We've only scored 1 goal in 8 games. 1 goal in 8 games, and the fact that we've what is it? We haven't won in 10. That's the clear indication. Like, Callum Wilson is getting no service. We're starting games. Oh, peep this as well. The lineup as well. You're going with no wingers, and you're playing Andy Carroll and Callum Wilson, who mainly rely on service. Let's face it, Wilson can make something happen out of nothing. He's proved that. Andy Carroll less so. And you're playing these 2 players that rely on service, but yet you've got Jacob Murphy, Matt Ritchie, ASM as well, all on the bench. Like, it makes no sense. If you're going to play these players, if you're going to go 2 up top or whatever the formation was, go and at least play to their strengths. It's just common knowledge. Like, you don't even have to have a UEFA B license to do that. It just makes no sense. Shout out to you, Paul. Bruce out. Time to go. Yeah, it's look. I think Mike actually just being stubborn, just to be stubborn. Do you know what I mean? He just wants to accept defeat. The fact that it's time for him to go. not just Mike Ashley, but it's time for Bruce to go first. Because I could still stomach a Mike Ashley in charge if we have a decent manager. Do you know what I mean? Under Rafa Benitez, you weren't worried too much about Mike Ashley. Let's face it, you weren't worried that much. Yeah, he was still there. Yeah, you still wanted him out. But again, if Rafa's in the forefront, Rafa's still winning your games. Rafa's still making. It was kind of attractive, the play. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of boring at times. But again, now you see this, it's like, okay, the grass is definitely isn't greener on the other side. But now we've got a crap manager, still got the crap board and all the rest of it, and the players are not even playing to their strengths. It's crazy. Wish fans were allowed in stadium so I could watch later on. At least I can enjoy myself again. That's probably the only saving grace, Liam. The fact that we don't have to endure going to watch them live. Imagine going down to Villa Park tonight and driving back from wherever you're going back to and wherever I'm coming back to London and thinking, I've just spent £30 on the ticket. Best part of 2 hours driving there and back. Obviously, I feel sorry, even more so for the Geordies that would have been coming down from Newcastle, going to Aston Villa and then back up again. But for me, in my point of view, 2 hours there, 2 hours back, £30 on a ticket, £20 or £30 on petrol money, just to go and see my team lose 2-0 to Aston Villa. I'm sorry, Villa fans, if you're watching this, but I don't know. We spent a fair bit of money as well this season on decent bites, and we're losing clean 2-0. We're not even laying a glove. If this was a fight, then we'd get knocked out in the first round. 2-0 at half time. Oh, David, what are you saying to me? People need to get off Bruce, start supporting the lads. What? What? Dave, yeah, you're throwing that in there for clout. Nah. You're trying to get a bite. Okay, because either you're Alex Bruce in disguise or you've been on a couple too many brown ales, mate. Because get off Bruce. Wow, I'm not even gonna go into that one too much, man. Mike, I don't think it'll go down, but it'll be close. As for Bruce, he's got to go. I'd take Eddie Howe, mate. Right, I agree with you. I don't think we'll go down. I think we might scrape it, and that's only because of our early season form. Because at the moment we're 7 points adrift. 7 points is not a lot. You know, two wins or 3 wins, and then we're down there. We're sucked in there. And the way we're playing right now, I can't see a win coming anytime soon. I think in the run of games that we had, this was the banker to at least get us a point away from home. And we've got nothing, nil point. So the only thing that's saving us this is the fact that we won early on against West Ham. We won against West Brom, I believe. Got a draw against a dodgy draw against Liverpool. Like, those games are the only things that are saving us, because the teams that are below us now are picking up points, and we're going to be getting sucked in there very, very soon. Andrew, what are you saying? Who do you reckon realistically we could bring in a short term fit? Rafa! Andrew Rafa! He's there. It's aligned. It's aligned. It's literally, I don't know if you've seen it, Andrew, mate. Today, he's left by mutual consent. Even his Twitter account has said that I've left Dalian. I'm free. He's probably going to be doing TV, you know, how managers do. They do their TV appearances because they want to get back in the eyes of people and all the rest of it. You don't even have to do that. Come back. You know where we are, Rafa. You know, you probably your chair's all there still and all the rest of it now. You don't need to do none of that. Just bring him back. That is the short term, long term, medium term, whatever term fix that you need is there. Bring the old thing back. There was nothing wrong with it. All it needed was a bit of money and investment. Lo and behold, there was money to invest because we've given it all to Bruce. We've given him 20 minutes to spend on Wilson. It made sense. Cool. But again, imagine a Wilson under Rafa Benitez. Oh my God, he's already got 8 goals in a team that's not even played to his strengths. We've already gone and signed Jamal Lewis, which is kind of up in the air right now. Looks good at the start, but I just don't think he's being coached correctly, and he's not going to progress under Bruce. I mean, the fact that we're trying to bring in Graham Jones, who, oh my days, is he going to be the answer? What, you got Rafa Benitez there waiting in the wings saying, come hire me, or we've got Graham Jones to come assist a coaching staff that is not working whatsoever. It's a no-brainer for me. Go and get Rafa. Peter, what are you saying? Evening forward. I agree that Steve Bruce should go. I mean, if you've been listening to my rant for the past 10 minutes, that I've been saying it all, mate. Thomas, will you be on Newcastle Fans TV? I will. I believe that they are quite full up right now. So again, this is a nice build up to that. But again, I'm going to be echoing a lot of the same points on there anyway. But yes, I will be. Hopefully, if they've got space for me. Andrew, we've not scored an open play since Gale versus West Brom shambles. That just brought it home. And I still don't understand why we're still leaving Gale on the bench. Realistically now, I still feel like he's our second best striker at the club for sure. Ahead of Carroll, obviously behind Wilson. But I still feel that he's got something to give. And I think he can get in behind defences and again, playing to his strengths. But that's something that Bruce doesn't tend to do. Do you know what I mean? Bruce is the type of manager that you play Gale, who's 4 foot nothing, soaking wet, no disrespect, but he's tiny, and will lump long balls into him. But yeah, Andy Carroll will come on and they will try and play it short to him. I'm like, play to your strengths. If you've got Andy Carroll, play wingers, wide players to get balls into the box. If you've got Dwight Gale, play him in behind. He's quick, he's rapid. But again, there you go. Davis, yeah, I agree. I think he's a troll, man. Seriously. Oh, he's back again. Get Bruce back. Swap boys. Nah, David, you're smoking something, man. Forget you. I can't even respond back. You're making me smile. I'll give you that. You're making me smile, but nah, I can't support him no longer. Sorry, man. You must be Alex Bruce in disguise. I'm not having that. Liam, we still have to play the bottom 3 clubs still. Oh, do we? I mean, if one of you can get the fixtures up, that'd be helpful. I'll take game by game. I know it's that whole cliche, but when I see something pop up, a game pop up, like, oh, we got them. Like, I don't look forward to watching games no more. I don't think, oh, we've got so-and-so. The only time I'll probably do that is maybe just to check where we can get points from. But even that's unpredictable now. It's not like, I probably would have looked at this Aston Villa game and thought, yeah, we can get something from this. But now, I'm now speaking to you guys, and we've got nothing to show from a trip to Aston Villa. No disrespect. And I know we'll probably go on, I don't know, get a point or a win from a big team, but these are the games that are going to keep us in this league. It just makes no sense to me, man. Jonathan, in transition, we are so poor positionally and tactically. We seem to be outnumbered across the pitch. I mean, all you got to do is check out that first goal that Aston Villa scored. If you've got Shelby playing right midfield or trying to stop the cross from right midfield / right back, where's your right back trying to stop that ball coming in? And then you've got Cher, I don't know, his form walked out the door when Rafa left for me. Like, we're all over the gaff. We're not sorting anything out. We brought back Hayden today. I've not seen the game, but by the sounds of it, we've not managed to stop any. Well, we haven't stopped anything because the numbers are there. So we're effectively devaluing these players as well. That's another worrying thing. I mean, I don't think Joe Linton can go down any lower. I think by the time we get rid of Joe Linton, we'll owe the club that's going to buy him off us 40 million. It'll be that bad. So we'll be in the whole 80 million, not 40 million. I saw this one. Liam saying Rafa won't come back under. Actually, look, funnier things have happened. I think if the bag, and when I mean the bag, the money bag is big enough, Rafa will come back. It'll be a lot more than what he's probably on before because the ball's in his court. Like, he can basically say, look, you need me a lot more than I need you. The fans are calling for me back, so that's in my favour. I know what I'm doing because I already started this project. So again, it's easy. So again, if Mike Ashley's a smart businessman, rather than lose 100-odd million per season in TV sales who have been in the Premier League, and rather than having all those Premier League players that are on Premier League wages in the Championship, go on, spend, I don't know, 10 or so million on getting Rafa Benitez and sign him up to a 2-year, 3-year deal. Say to him, here you go, here's money going forward. All that money he's going to promise to Bruce, give it to him. He knows what he's doing. It just makes sense, bro. Not Bruce out if we're going to get in Mark Hughes, Tony Pulis. No beggars can't be choosers. We have Mike Ashley at the helm. No manager can do more than keep us up under him unless we bottom 3, keep Bruce. See, I know what you're saying there, Jake. I see what you're saying. Like, if we're going to get in the likes of Mark Hughes and Tony Pulis, are they any better than Steve Bruce? That's a difficult one to answer because, again, it might be better the devil you know, but I've not seen anything under Bruce to then say, okay, yeah, let's keep him a little bit longer. because you're very rarely impressed by a team that plays under Bruce. There's nothing to say to me like, oh, he's brought the best out of him. Like, I challenge you then, Jake. Like, who has he brought on in terms of players? Like, everyone, in my opinion, has been devalued. You can't really count Carl Darlow as a player that he's increased in value, because Carl Darlow's just come in just for the fact that Dubravka's been injured. That's not the fact that, oh, I made Darlow a better player. Like, I can't see that. He's brought everyone down a notch, like, and players that were getting by under Rafa, i.e. like the likes of Lascelles and Mankier and stuff, and Cher, are getting found out, because one thing that Rafa did amongst all the other things that he did very well is that he played a lot of players to their strengths and hid their weaknesses very well. So the likes of Lascelles, for example, not digging out Lascelles, but he's the one that just springs to mind because he's the captain. The fact that he's not really a ball-playing defender like a Rio Ferdinand or Virgil van Dijk. He plays him in the centre, but he plays good players around him that can play on the ball. And Lascelles is more the talker, the organiser, the no-nonsense defender. Now Lascelles has been left in a 2, and a poor 2 at that. Like, if he's left alongside Cher's not a commanding centre-half. He's a ball-playing centre-half, but again, he'll have Lascelles to do the dirty work and Fernandes alongside him. If that makes sense. So now we're playing in formations that don't suit Lascelles, and Lascelles is having to do more of the not only organising but ball playing, and that's not playing to Lascelles' strength. So that's one of the things that Bruce is not getting through his mind. Whereas Benitez played that formation all the time with 3 centre backs and played Lascelles there, so people can kind of cover up over him. And one thing as well that's just popped up to his mind, and I don't know if I said it on here or Newcastle Fans TV, but I'm going to say it on here. We made one of the biggest L's that we did this season, and it was at the start of the season, was getting rid of Florian Lejeune. I know, albeit on loan, but I said to people, why are we getting rid of Florian Lejeune? Because he's our best centre-half. Yes, people can say, oh, he's coming back from injury and all the rest of it now. Who wouldn't kill for Florian Lejeune right now? The guy is immense, bruv. Yes, again, injury and all the rest of it. He would have been back from injury by now. And again, he would have gone right into this defence, because I remember him and Lascelles going back to the partnership and needed someone to make Lascelles look better. Lejeune made Lascelles look like a Rolls Royce sort of defender, because the fact that he had Lejeune could pop it here, there, and everywhere. And again, I would have Lejeune back right now. I'll tell you that right now. Anthem Myers, in and around us, you say they're 8th. Yeah. I ain't got nothing to say. Listen, at the start of the season, I would have said Aston Villa's and the 3 teams that came up, those are the teams that I'll be looking for. I still look at it like that. I don't look at it like, oh, Aston Villa are 8th or whoever. Those were the sort of teams that I would be looking to. Now, I don't know who to look to. I don't know who's in the bottom 3 right now. I'm guessing Fulham are in there. I'm guessing West Brom are in there. Those are the sort of games that we need to be looking towards. But yeah, I still would have looked at this game and thinking, I fancy ourselves to get something from this. But now, I don't know where these points are coming from. Liam saying, again, we were struggling in the National League. I can't disagree, bro. I can't really disagree. Matthew Griffin, we did play bottom 3 Sheffield United, and that was an embarrassment. I know. And again, any team that usually comes to town with something to prove, or they're on a dodgy run, or they haven't won in X amount of games, i.e. Sheffield United, who comes to town? We do. Hey, there we go. Come on down and come whip our ass and then show us that we're a joke of a club. And then, thank you. Have a nice day. Yeah, look, I'm worried. I am worried. As I said, it's only 7 points, but those 7 points are going to go like that. Before you know it, we'll be in and around. And I don't think we've got the minerals, and I don't think we've got the fight, and I don't think we've got the know-how in the management side and the coaching side to get us out of that once we're sucked into that. So I think we just need to make sure we get a win here and there every now and then, because I know we're not going to put any runs together, but I think that is the fact that we need to do that. We need to make sure that we get a win against one of these teams that are coming up, and then we'll probably lose another 5, and then we'll get a win, because that's the only thing that's going to keep us up. If we continue on this run, we're not getting out of this, getting out of that. We've got to play the bottom three clubs again, Matthew. Yeah. Davey's still going on. It's not Bruce's fault, but seriously, it's not. Oh man, David, I can't take you seriously right now, bro. I really can't. Players seem to play their strengths with Rafa. Bruce, on the other hand, has made them look lazy, clueless, and couldn't care less. Yeah, pretty much said that, man. Yeah, like as I said, you not only play to their strengths, but again, like I said, he just hid a lot of their weaknesses. Like you look at Yedlin, for example. Like Yedlin can't defend for nothing. Like he can't cross. But when we played him in the wing back role, we used his pace to go up and down, up and down. When it came to crossing, cut inside, play inside, like just little things like that. Manquillo was probably arguably our best right back, but at the same time, he's not a world beater. And again, he made him look good. I can't see it with Bruce. Like, what we waited for? Just pull the trigger. It's not like he's on, in terms of management in the Premier League, he's on the lowest scale. I think he's on like $1 million a year, which $1 million is a lot to me and you. But in terms of management, to Mike Ashley, it's nothing unless he's been given a bumper new deal that I'm not aware of. He's on $1 million a year. Just pull it and just say, yeah, here you go, Rafa. Sorry what I've done. I was an idiot. We all make mistakes. We do that. We're human in life. And let's get him back, man. Rafa also wanted training facilities which hasn't been touched for 20 years. Look, I'm not worried about training facilities just yet. I know we have that rubber dinghy and that flipping paddling pool at the back, but I'm not worried about that yet. All I want to see is a string of games where I can start watching Newcastle United again. Like, I'm not watching Match of the Day tonight. There's no need to. Why would I want to put myself through that pain? So let's get our manager back, or a manager of certain ilk back. I don't want to see no Mark Hughes who's dissing us on Football Focus with that old school dinosaur way of thinking. I hate it. All these managers just think anytime they get a script, they're like, oh, I'm going to talk about Newcastle United today. Okay, insert, copy and paste what everyone else says. Oh, Newcastle fans are deluded. Newcastle fans think that, oh, that we should be doing this and that. No, we don't. You don't even mingle with Newcastle fans. Whether it be Mark Hughes, whether it be, I don't know, all these different pundits that think that they've got the scoop on Newcastle United fans. They can speak for 50-odd thousand, not even 50-odd thousand, millions of Newcastle fans across the world, and they know what we're thinking. But yet you're not asked any Newcastle fans or maybe any ex-Newcastle players of what's actually going on. Because if you ask them, they'll give you a logical answer. It's funny that you give these idiots airtime that have never even played for the club or never even been to the city, but yet they know what we're talking about. So it baffles me. Jamal Lewis was playing well in an awful Norwich team last season. Yeah, I mean, we're not making him look any decent now, to be fair. So, yeah, what are you saying? I reckon the fact we were expecting to lose against Villa means Bruce won't even go. Who will it take to lose against for him to go? Because losing to Sheffield didn't even justify the departure of Blair. Were we expected to lose against Villa? I mean, yes, technically, because the run of form, but I still feel like I still look at games and fancy us against certain teams, and I would have fancied us against Aston Villa to get something, albeit they're higher than us and all the rest of it. I still would have fancied us to get something from them because, barring Jack Grealish, I can't really see any major threats. Obviously, he didn't score, but you know he makes things happen. So I don't know about that one. I don't know. Who is there for us to lose against for Mike Ashley to be like, okay, it's getting a bit ridiculous now. I think the 7 points is the cushion, which is still keeping him in a job. But the 7 points now takes us outside of January. Now that's a worry in itself because then if Rafa was to come in, for example, or someone else comes in, they can't do nothing different apart from work with the squad. I mean, the squad's not bad, that bad. I mean, it does need tweaking, but it still can get by. But I would like whoever comes in to at least give them a chance to be like, okay, a couple of loan signings here, cool, that'll plug that hole, need someone up top, for example, cool. We can work with that for the next 4 or 5 months, and then here we go. We expected to get beat by Sheffield United as well. Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, Messi in his back pocket. What did he? Matthew Griffin, talk Lascelles making the England team when it was him and Lejeune. That's what I'm saying. And that was under Rafa. Lejeune made Lascelles look like he had a chance of getting into England. Right now, I would even take him in the Barbados national squad. And we don't even have, well, we have a national squad, but yeah, it's neither here nor there. But yeah, we need Lejeune back. I know we're not going to recall him, but that for me was an absolutely dumb decision to get rid of Lejeune, and then when he's one of our better centre-halves, made no sense to me. J. Ray, Rafa left for money, not ambition. Rafa spent money and wasted it on plenty signings. A myth. The football's even more negative. Wow. Jay, you had me in the last comment, but this one's a bit wild. Look, the whole Rafa left for money. Look, of course, he got paid well. It's been reported. Why wouldn't you take it? If you're in a job and you're offered more money, cool. But I still believe, and call me deluded, whatever, I still believe if he was made a decent offer to stay in England, then I think he would have stayed in England, because over there, it's a cakewalk for him. Like, it's no real challenge for him. He's, you know, if he won medals over there, I don't think he's putting that next to his Champions League medal. I don't think he's putting that next to the medals that he won with Real Madrid or Inter Milan or whoever. Like, I don't think he really wanted to go there. I think it was kind of a secondary, like, oh, Newcastle not saying much. The ambition's nothing, and he showed, and then he's gone over there. That's my understanding of it, and that's what I've been told by journalists up in the northeast. So I believe that over he left for money, because let's face it, he's not poor. He's been around the game for a while, so he would have made money regardless. Did he waste money on plenty signings? Yes. I mean, you can't give me a manager that hasn't wasted money on signings. Like, that's a myth. So I'm the first one to point it out. Like, I still said that Jacob Murphy's a waste of money, that 15 mil. He wasted money on Ashraf Lazar. He never got the right back situation. We haven't got the right back situation right for a long while. I still don't think we have got it right. And he had like 3 bites of the cherry. Matt Sells was another one. So again, he did waste money, but I still would prefer him than this joker right now. Like, you're saying that the football's negative under him. Yes, it was, but at least you could see a clear direction. Okay, you could see that. Okay, we're not going to get pammed 5-0 or 6-0 or wherever we've been beaten this season against bigger teams. We're not going to get beaten against a Brentford. I don't think anyway under Rafa Benitez. Probably squandering our best chance of silverware this season, or at least being able to advance to the next round against a championship side. So for that, I would definitely take Rafa back. So yeah, Jake, where we relegate to our relegation? There you go, Matthew, you've done my point for me. Like, again, that's the main thing. Were we ever worried about getting relegated under Rafa? The only time I was worried about relegation is when we got relegated, but that's because we brought Rafa in too late. That's it. Because again, we were steady, moving on steadily only because of the funds that were coming in. I mean, if a manager leaves a club and we're a plus in terms of money, then that just says it all for me. Yeah, there you go, Raphael. Sorry, I didn't even see that point until you made it. There you go. Liam says, under Rafa, clubs like Huddersfield and Brighton spent close to 100 mil, while we couldn't outspend championship clubs, and that includes Blackburn under the Benkeys. Ouch. Liam, was that Fat Mike, not Rafa, hence why he finally left? Yeah, I know Matthew, yeah. Okay, you guys are just going at it. Short memory, we had our worst starting Premier under Rafa for decades. No one called for his head before tonight. We had a better points tally after many games. Oh, that better points tally thing. Oh, my gosh. Look, that better points tally thing, gone. Can't use that one no more. You can't. And it was never going to stay for much longer. Got off to a good start. Teams are still finding their feet. They found their feet now. They found out how to play against us. They found out, well, not even found out, but the fact that we hadn't started ASM in how many games up until tonight, and we didn't even start him tonight. That was our game plan. The game plan was so predictable, it's unreal. Get it to ASM, see what he does with it, and then, oh, That's not working. Let's get it to him again. That's not working again. Oh, get it to him again. Guess what? That's not working because they're doubling up on your main man. What should we try again? Oh, let's get it to him again. That's the game plan. At least under Rafa, there was a game plan. It might be a slow build-up. It might be a slow burner, but it worked. We beat bigger teams. We kind of competed, and we weren't. I wasn't coming on here ranting and raving to you guys after a 2-0 defeat against Aston Villa, although we did lose against Aston Villa under Benitez. But yeah, I felt more assured under Benitez, put it that way. Still a few more to get through. Sorry, I've lost my place now. Lascelles, okay, Lascelles and Fernandes are decent though, but still have legit. Look, there's no stopping us from having all three at the club. Like, at least, I mean, they're all technically all three on the books for now. I mean, Fernandes, I don't think has signed a new deal yet, has he? Lascelles is obviously still here, and Lejeune is obviously on loan, living his best life. But again, with those three centre halves, add Kieran Clark into the mix as well. That's 4 good centre halves. And for the years that I've been supporting Newcastle United, I don't even feel I can count one good centre half at times. Do you know what I mean? We've had one over the years. We might have had Woodgate, and then lo and behold, we had Colaccini years upon years upon years, and that was only like halfway through his time. And then we had Philippe Albert even before that. But to have 4 good-ish centre halves at the club, yet we can't mould them together. It's bewildering. He took Dalian down for fuck's sake with good players. Oh gosh, Jake, man, are you related to Dave by any chance, mate? Alex Ferguson has made shit signings his career. Exactly, everyone's made them. Arsene Wenger signed Seagun and the Stefanovs and all these players, and it's still lauded as a great. So yeah, Jake is still going at it with Matthew. But worried about relegation at just over the halfway point of the season once in the Prem where yeah, exactly. They were organised and albeit negative. We got the results against Sheffield and Brighton. What you're saying. Newcastle fans' mental health still needs to be gone. He does. I totally agree with you, man. And I'm guessing that's coming from a Liverpool fan, hence your profile picture. But yeah, Ashley has got to do the right thing and sack Cabbage Head. Will Allen, people saying Chelsea fan channels get Rafa in as interim for what? Hey, leave him. Yo, hey, Will, deal with your own problems, man. I already gave my thoughts on Lampard. I thought he was fraud in it anyway. Like, he didn't do well at Derby, but because of the whole he's one of our own thing. This whole what's the word? Is it football tribalism? For want of a better word, I don't know if that's the word, but I'm going to go with it. Football tribalism, where he's played for us, so he must be good. Lampard at Chelsea, Ole at Man United, Steve Bruce because he's a Geordie. I'm sure there's another one. But all of this stuff, what happened to good old-fashioned qualifications and experience? What happened to that? I mean, I might be old school, but if someone's qualified and they've got experience, then why not give it to them? I know sometimes it's like, oh, but how do I go about getting experience? I'll tell you what, go down the lower leagues, build your way up, get your reputation on point, and then someone will take a punt on you. Not, oh, he scored a screamer for us, he had a good couple of years for us, or he stuck his toe out in a cup final and he deserves to be Manchester United manager. That's not qualifications, is it? I'm all for changing the manager if we get sucked in, but Rafa, come on. Ooh, Jake, tell me, before I leave this chat, I'm going to leave this chat in about 5 minutes. So before I leave this chat, tell me some names. Because for me, Rafa makes sense. And I like things that make sense. As I mentioned, Brentford, we played their reserves and took a penalty shooter to beat a League 2 team. There we go, mate. Steve Bruce turned us down before joining Sunderland. Clinton, do you reckon Mike will take Benitez back again? I hope so, mate. I really do. I said at the start of the chat, you might not have been here for it, but I just hope he just swallows his pride and holds his hand up and say, look, I made a massive boo-boo again. Because again, if we went through, I'm not going to spend all this time going through all the Mike Ashley boo-boos because there'll be another 34 minutes worth of that already. But hopefully he swallows his pride. It's like, I effed up. Let's get this guy back in. Kind of knows what he's doing. He won us the championship. He played well. He kept the fans off on my back, i.e. Mike Ashley's back, for a long while. Get him in. Do I reckon Mike will get him back? If it becomes available and he actually does the right thing, gets rid of Bruce, I think he might take a punt on him. But again, that's down to negotiation, because again, Rafa has all the cards right now. Sentiment killed Arsenal. Can't have that happen with us. Ah, there we go. Oh, yeah, and Arteta with Arsenal. There you go. That was the other one. So again, yeah, Ole with United. Obviously, your boys, Lampard with Chelsea. Steve Bruce, because he's a Geordie at Newcastle, and Arsenal with Arteta. All this football tribalism needs to go. Be gone with it. Get people that are right for the job, qualified, they've done their experience. Yes, you can take a punt on people that are lower down in the championship, but again, they would have done their hard graphs, they would have done their 1,000 hours or whatever, how many hours you got to do to prove yourself, rather than just picking players, or picking managers, sorry, based on the fact that they've got some connection with the club. No, I'm not having that. Wouldn't mind Eddie Howe, but even that is a risk. It is a risk. But at the same time, you've got to say to yourself, look at what we're going through right now. Nigel Pearson has been mentioned by our fans. I wouldn't mind it, mate. Anything right now would be a blessing, because I can't even stand to watch this. I didn't even watch it. I didn't even watch the game tonight. I couldn't watch it. A, because I was on a stream, but B, I'm not even that bothered no more. Usually, I'm buzzing to see a game, and I would have moved that stream or said I'm not available for it just to watch the game. I'm at home. We're all at home right now. We should be buzzing to be doing the stuff that we love and enjoy, but at the moment, I can't even be bothered to do it. I comment that Newcastle stay up. Long and short of it, no, I'm not confident. I think we will, but I'm not overly confident with it. I just think that if we had played Aston Villa tonight and we was teetering and was in the relegation zone, I think that would have been the end of us. But the 7-point gap is the only thing that we can hold on to right now, and that's only because we've done well earlier in the season. So it's like we've blown our load in the first 3 or 4 games, and now we're just holding on for dear life, and that's no way to support a football club. Callum Young, what about Steven Gerrard? No, not for me, not yet. I mean, he's going to go to Liverpool anyway eventually, so it's one of them. But for me, I know he talked about proving himself, but I'd rather you prove yourself in England first. No disrespect to Scottish football, but you're managing one of the 2 teams that usually wins the league, and you spent a fair bit of money up there. Like, come on now. Like, I would expect you to kind of do well in that league. Take a team down here. Take a Burnley. Like, I would take a Sean Dyche right now. People are like, Sean Dyche, but, well, Sean Dyche just beat up Najib's team 1-0. He's been consistent for a minute. He deserves a break to be in with a bigger club. I don't know if he would necessarily consider us as a bigger club, but I would take a Sean Dyche right now for sure. Someone called Joe Kinnear Big Shirley. We're giving Matthew, that one. If I was to give a comment of the day, that one tickled me. Joe freaking Kinnear and Big Shola. Yeah. Oh dear. I'm still waiting for Jake to come back. He's got a minute to go, because I'm generally leaving at around 40 minutes, unless it's something that really pressing comes in. Lampard couldn't get Derby, I agree, but we're not here to talk too massively about Chelsea. If we stay up, it's down to 3 worst teams after Steve Bruce. Yeah, agree with you. Every season I watch the Prem, I see Newcastle and think, why is actually such a club? Join the club, mate. Join the club. Scottish League One is League One standard. Yeah, pretty much is, mate. That's it. Jake, you had your 30. You got 30 seconds to get your lastminute.com suggestions in. Otherwise, it's Rafa Benitez for me, or like I just said earlier, just a second ago, Sean Dyche. But I don't think Sean Dyche is going to leave us for that, basically. But Anyway, that is me. I can't believe I've been rambling on for 40 minutes. Really appreciate you guys for listening. And again, that's it, man. Thank you. And Chief, thank you, bro. Thank you for bigging up my channel, man. And again, if you want to see more rants from me, I'm going to do more rants on Twitter. So again, right there on Twitter. Oh, got it. Spot on. Yeah, so again, follow us on Twitter. Claudia Ranieri. Oh, wow. That's a blast from the past. Yeah. Again, if you want to follow me on Twitter, please do. I'm going to be probably heading over to the Newcastle Fans TV to have a little rant on there, catch up with the boys. But again, thank you for listening. And again, hopefully, fingers crossed, the next time we speak or you hear from me, Steve Bruce won't be in charge, and we might even have Rafa Benitez back. How about that one? Anyway, take care, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys.